Thank you. I would like to ask one question about entrepreneurship. Quite many entrepreneurs in culture and creative sector are very small. They are micro businesses and small SMEs. So what kind of advice you could give them to be more growing, because your company already has, for example, offices in several countries. So what kind of advice you could give them?
Well, I think there are two major types of orientation in a business. You develop services, and if you develop services, you are going to grow in a slow way. It will take time, and your company is not going to be very big. You know, and most of the creative companies in the world, even the most successful, except the ones that work in advertising, typically have 200, 300 people or so. However, if you develop products, you know, and there have been very successful companies in the culture world that develop products, to develop software. Right now they are out of fashion, but for instance, the Learning Company had the best products ever in education and was sold by $1 billion. So if you develop products, you can grow very quickly. And what we have done at Y-Dreams is a mix. We do services, but we also have some products, and with those products we can go to international markets and grow in a much faster way. However, if you want to be really innovative, we also have to have a third component, which is research. And that's one of the things I didn't mention here. 1/3 of Y-Dreams is still a research laboratory. And the research is also fundamental if you want to grow and expand. If you don't have any new solutions, you are dead in 4 or 5 years.
Antonio, do you believe it's possible to teach entrepreneurship?
Actually, I do. I really think that you know, there is a very great story in Portugal about track and field coach. Portugal was awful in long distance running in the 50s and 60s. And this guy had a dream of converting Portugal in the most powerful European country in long distance running. So actually I was at Cornell University and in 1987, and I saw a book, The Proceedings of the World Track and Field Association. And the keynote speaker was this Portuguese coach called Mário Muniz Pereira, which the Portuguese know. And he told the story how from nothing he created several Olympic champions and Olympic, world and European champions and world record holders for 25 years. And basically, and he started out of nothing. I think basically it's, and it's a great lesson about teaching. You know, you have to, I think, first of all, you can give self-confidence to people. I think the worst part of I hated school because the school was always the experience of destroying your self-confidence. I loved sports because in sports, you have to have self-confidence. So I think self-confidence, you know, so this guy taught self-confidence to people coming from everywhere in Portugal. And hard work, and you know, and risk, and accepting failure. You know, all these elements are the ones that make entrepreneurs. And so this guy did it, and I think it can be done, and it has been done. I mean, right now there are 3 universities in the world that generate most of the new companies: MIT, Stanford, and Cambridge. Mm-hmm. There's a very interesting parallel in UK between Cambridge and Oxford. Oxford only generated 60 companies. Cambridge generated 3,000 companies. And the academic level is similar. Why was that? Because there was a culture of it. I mean, there's a fundamental reason, is that Oxford always regulated the interaction of professors with the industry, and Cambridge did not. And the other thing is that one entrepreneur came out of Cambridge. He basically taught entrepreneurship to thousands of people. You know, and so it can be taught.
Well, as a visiting professor at Oxford University, I enjoyed that, no end. Oxford University, of course, provided 9 prime ministers in the UK recently, which may tell you something about the difference between entrepreneurs and politicians. I think I've just given myself terribly bad billing from that.